Joining me right now is Donald Trump campaign senior advisor, Lara Trump. And Lara, it's great to see you again. Thanks so much for being here.
Oh, great to be back with you, Maria. Thank you.
And it's good to see you. I want to talk about the convention coming up. But first, let's talk about this social media situation. The president put out that tweet, and once again, Twitter is right behind him, flagging it. Your reaction?
Well, if you look at the head of their integrity fact checker, this guy is a person who is anti-Trump as they come, literally said that there were Nazis in the White House. So whenever you start fact-checking people, adding bias on top of things, you no longer become a platform for free speech. You become a publisher with editors and biases, like I just said. It's not right. And I think what the president said was right. This dishonors the memory of George Floyd. Peaceful protest is one thing. When you're burning down your own city, when you're taking down people's businesses that have nothing to do with this, it's really horrific. It's really sad to see what has happened in Minneapolis, a great, beautiful American city, in a very short period of time because of this. But the president was right with what he has said about Twitter all along. And so many conservatives out there in America wondered, am I being censored? Am I being suppressed on Twitter? We all have had experiences with it. Here's the answer, Maria. It's yes, because apparently the guy in charge is a guy that hates Donald Trump and probably likewise does not like Republicans.
Well, there has been shadow banning, as they call it, going on, and hiding of certain tweets. I've heard this from Devin Nunes as well. He's suing Twitter, by the way, right now, even others as well, even on the Democrat side. So this is sort of an issue that I think both sides even agree on in terms of the power of these social media companies. Now, Twitter is trying to make it as if this was a reaction. The president doing this executive order was a reaction to Twitter flagging his tweets. But that liability shield that is in place for these social media companies from the original law assumes that the platform is neutral. It's hard to make the case that Twitter is neutral.
Yeah, it's very hard. And by the way, you don't write an executive order in 24 hours, Maria. So most people appreciate that. They are not a neutral platform. And again, I point to this individual who is supposed to be their fact checker. That's all you really need to know about whether or not it's a neutral platform. It's very clearly a space now where conservatives have been suppressed and silenced in many cases, taken off Twitter, totally banned. And you know what? On the other side of things, it doesn't seem like we've seen a lot of that happening. It's a very interesting situation.
Yeah, and you could look at Google, the same thing, and Devin Nunes will say that these companies are content creators. They're not actually just publishers. But look, I want to get your take on the convention. The convention must go on, right? You are knee-deep in all of this. The RNC is going to be adopting new safety measures for an in-person convention in Charlotte this summer. The committee sent a letter to North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper after he asked for a detailed safety plan. But the president has threatened to pull the convention out of the city if further restrictions are put in place. Lara, how could he pull the convention from Charlotte when you're only a couple of weeks away? Tell me what the plan is.
Well, the convention is scheduled for August in Charlotte, North Carolina, my home state, and I worked really hard, Maria, to get the convention in the state of North Carolina. We were very excited about it, the president more so than anyone. Unfortunately, because the governor, as you just mentioned, is not cooperating with our convention team, he's not able to tell us whether or not we really can have a convention there right now. We might have to make alternate plans. We've looked at several other states, and we don't want to do it. But at the end of the day, he's really hurting his own community. He's hurting his own state, because think about all the money that comes in because of a convention. If he prevents us from having it in the state of North Carolina, it's not going to be a good look for him. But look, that is up to him. We're ready to move at a moment's notice. We have a great convention team that's been working hard for several years now to prepare. No matter where we have it, I think the most important thing is that we will renominate and then eventually on November 3rd, re-elect President Donald Trump, no matter where we have it.
Well, you're right. I mean, you're talking about August 24th, so you have two months at least actually to make these decisions. But you say it's not a good look for the governor if, in fact, that were to go that way. At the same time, people are saying, wait, we're in the middle of a pandemic. You don't want people crowded together. So what is the plan to have that convention, whether it's in Charlotte or anywhere else, to make sure people are safe, given the fact that we're not supposed to be standing next to each other and we have the 6 feet social distancing situation in place?
Well, the convention team has they actually sent a letter to the governor detailing their plan, and it includes a number of very intense safety checks upon arriving to the venue, prior to getting to the venue, if you even go out and come back in. We want to make sure, of course, that people are safe, but we want this to be a celebration as well, and preventing people from being a part of it at all is not a good thing. It's not what we want to see happen. And by the way, I don't think it's totally necessary. The safety procedures and safety measures that they have instilled now, and they have said that they want to put in place, would make sure that every single person that's coming in is safe and that they're not spreading the coronavirus or any other disease for that matter.
All right, we will leave it there. Lara, we wanted to talk about the Right View. You're starting your own streaming show.
Yes.
Real quick as we go, Lara. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 8 p.m. Team Trump Online. You can go to donaldjtrump.com to register. It's every Wednesday, 8 p.m. If you're tired of The View, you don't feel like they represent you, all the women in this country, come on over to the Right View. We'd love to have you.
Lara, it's great to talk with you this morning. We'll be watching. Thanks so much. Lara Trump joining us there.
Thank you.